that they don't know who the other person is. I think Brandon Marshall might be the biggest coward on the planet simply because he wanted
Yo,
to it.
yeah,
You know,
yo, he was like,
Yo,
I saw only that part. So
let's take a look at what the other side will be, the side of the story. And
they gave it real quick. And and before we discuss that, just uh, a quick reminder for everyone who didn't watch it, of course. But
go watch it.
they split. Yeah, go watch. But I'm talking about the whole incident, right? So Brandon Marshall was together with a crew, a couple of people. Now he's together with none of them. It's if you hear Brandon's story, it was all their fault. So it's other people's fault. And yeah, I told you from the start. As soon as so the show was really kicking, it was really popping gradually. They had a good good chemistry.
Chemistry. Yeah.
But then it seemed to me like they started to pivot. No pun intended.
They pivoted into the pivot.
Yeah, but it seemed to me like they started to. So the channel was going so many directions, right? So the spin-offs. I am woman. I am NASCAR. I am
I am
whatever.
broke.
I am broke. So that's and when that started happening, I thought that it wasn't a good sign. And then shortly after, two key people, and then a third one left: Fred Taylor, Crowder, and Ocho Cinco, right? And then of course, yeah, no one wanted to really address it, so they were both cryptic about it. But I guess we,
I think they spread up like men. You know what? Let's leave it behind us.
yeah. But then
Well, then,
Brandon started talking.
well, let's be honest. Numbers are slowing up. Numbers are slowing up. So you need to do something to generate the buzz.
Yeah. So he started with his whole story, and he's doing a media round now, basically trashing the two, especially Crowder and so the guys from the Pivot, Crowder and
Well, he did.
um,
He trashed all of them.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, no, no, it started right with Crowder and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fred
okay.
Taylor, but then he kept on going. I guess to your point, man, he wasn't getting the traction that he expected. And so he started to up the ante and started attacking other people as well who never actually worked with him directly.
Not in that venture.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
other
So yeah,
ventures,
other
yes.
ventures, yeah, of course. They're sports
The DB stuff.
commentators, yeah, but not in I am athlete specifically, right? And it seemed to be a bit pathetic, but they responded, as you said.
Yeah, before we start, because I have the clips. I have a couple
Oh, you have
small
some clips.
parts.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I have some clips. One thing, and guys, I think one thing we talked about last time, is we looked at it from the perspective of Brandon, what he was explaining. So we broke it down from that perspective. If what he's saying is true,
Yeah.
this is what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. We didn't basically choose his side. We break down stuff as we go. One thing we also said, yeah, let's wait to what these guys are saying. And they started off with the heat.
Yeah.
They put John. I'm not gonna say. Want to say John Rocker, but we know what happened with him. John Rocker is no more.
Come on, man.
He's the heat. This is like how many 3 minutes into the pivot? They pivoted right.
Yeah,
By
and the
the way,
pivot, yeah, the
wait
new
a
app.
second. Before I start, yo, this is crazy. You know, I watched this a majority of the part. This
Yeah.
guy started talking about Robert. Robert that's locked up. Robert
Why?
Kelly.
Yeah, why?
I have no idea. So it's like how Joe Budden starts his show. Like
Yeah,
they were talking and then suddenly they start.
yeah.
These guys, and they admitted to watching that video. You know which one I'm talking about.
I don't.
You've heard of it. I don't say you watched it. You've heard. You might have heard of it. Everyone has heard of it when it
I have
happened.
no clue what KR is talking about. See,
These guys, yo, I was looking at this like, what are you doing?
yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about what we are here for. It's the Heat. They started off the rip. I'm gonna play a short part. Uh, First of all, fair use. Shout out to the Pivot. I hope you guys don't strike us for this one.
Yeah.
Cam did a show with the other guy, and
Catch that one?
Yo!
Yo, the other guy,
Not even acknowledging that he has a name.
no name. This is the how it start. Yo, it started like that. So that's the part I wanted to show of that one.
Yeah.
I have another one.
All right.
This is even wilder.
For everybody,
Oh, let me share the screen, of course.
whoever the other person is,
Oh, so he was referred as the other guy first, and then
we've been
This
trying to
comes
get it to go away, and it won't.
right? Just for everybody, whoever the other person is, or if they don't know who the other person is, I think Brandon Marshall might be the biggest coward on the planet, simply because he's
Yo.
into it. You know,
Yo, he was like,
yo,
I saw only that part. So I saw so that was trending, that part trending.
yeah,
Brandon Marshall, Brandon Marshall is the biggest coward. This is the first time I'm seeing the first part. For it was like, Ryan, with all the respect. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, we're talking about Brandon Marshall, and he's the biggest coward there.
that's a wild way
Hey.
to say, but it's clearly that they don't see eye to eye anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they split because they never did care.
Yeah, and I haven't watched the full Cam show, so they were giving Cam props for pushing back on a lot of stuff, right? And one thing, I haven't watched the full Cam interview, but apparently Brandon claimed that he was responsible for Channing going to the dentist and changing his.
Teeth.
Oh, you know how wild that is, bruh.
You're
Channing-
basically saying that you, because the procedure can be expensive. I mean, it can vary from someone got it for 90,000, but you can get it for 10,000 depending on what you do. If you're talking about full teeth removal,
Yeah,
to say that you pay.
but not paid. He told them to do it. That's what.
Oh, like that. Oh, yeah.
And then
Channing.
Shannon was like, "What are you talking about? Dude? I've been talking to this with my wife for a very long time, and then I decided to do it. But you're not the one who's giving me advice to improve myself.
Yeah.
What is this about?" And one thing that's clear, and if you listen to that part, the beginning, is that
Uh-huh.
he was what's his name? The one who's on the screen right now,
Ryan Clark? No, Fred Taylor.
Fred.
Yeah, well, I can see it, but
Yeah, but
yeah, Fred Taylor. Yeah.
Fred was saying he offered money from the beginning, but Brandon was stalling up to a year later, and then he went full Fat Joe.
So he was trying to get him to buy in, basically, trying
was
to increase
trying
the
to buy in.
value. Yeah.
No. He was trying to buy in, but Brandon was pushing.
Yeah, but
The
why?
fan-
So the question is why? Was he doing it deliberately to
Yeah,
yeah, right?
He
So
want him to buy in low, right?
yeah.
But he
Well,
said to him after a year, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah.